applies to all targets. Wow, look how pinpoint this is now. We're not using as a group of pixels per star. We're using less. So the image is much more pinpoint. So let's increase the gamma a little bit, increase the contrast just a tad. Alright, let's see what it's going to give us. Oh yes. Alright, let's increase the gain to about 18.8 where we had it. I'm going to lower the contrast a bit. On my image I'm picking up a wee bit of noise, so we need to adjust that ratio, the signal to noise ratio. That's beautiful. This is 2x2 binning. Stars are even more pinpoint. Beautiful, gorgeous. Nice. Now I could probably benefit the sharpening. Let's use the sharpness a bit. Maximum gain goes to 26, and I've got it set at 18. So here, I just put a little bit of a sharpness in there, so the stars and everything else get a lot more sharper. You don't want to use a lot of it. Again, I wouldn't want to use the sharpness here for imaging. It's only for live, to tweak your stars to make sure that they're more pinpoint. So if you got a rough night and it's hazy and hot like it is here right now, and humid, well, you could use sharpness to help make the stars a wee bit more pinpoint. If you're anal about it that much. If you want photographic looks, well, you basically go for softer image. Here, I'm going to remove the sharpness and on the next refresh. So this is 2x2 binning. We're going to try the next step, which will be 1x1. Remember, we're still at 10 seconds. I haven't touched anything else other than the histogram, contrast, gamma, and the gain. The gain's back at 18.8, so we're going to leave it at that. If I turn that up, we're going to get noise. So we need to find a balance. When people say if you give noise, you get, if you give gain, you get noise, well, of course you will. But for that, you need to balance your contrast, gamma, and if you have a histogram like this camera, well, you need to do the adjustment to get the best signal to noise ratio. You certainly can, Jack. Absolutely. You could zoom in and zoom out. We could do that easily. Yes, you can. Providing the condition supports, because right now tonight the conditions are not good. But this is 2x2 binning. Let me stop the image. Let me stop the camera. We're going to change the binning. Now we're going to go full 3032 by 2018. I'm curious to see what we're going to lose as far as sensitivity is concerned. Here, let's start the camera. We're still going to stick at 10 seconds. Now we're going to use individual pixels, 7.8 by 7.8. Now we're going to lose a lot of sensitivity. Wow, did we ever lose sensitivity now? What do we need to do? Okay, well, in this case, I would go for longer exposure, but I won't. I'm going to play here with the histogram a bit. I will increase the gain. We're going to 21 or so, give or take. Let's wait for the next refresh and see the result. Okay, we're getting there. Gamma can be turned up a little bit, and contrast can be turned up like that. Well, this thing has a cooler on, but yeah, there is a few hot pixels. You cannot get rid of them permanently. Okay, there you go. I got the gamma at 16 and the contrast at 16, so that's the only adjustment I did, and I went from 18 to 21 dB on the gain, and I further adjusted the histogram from 62, I think it was, down to 30. So this is full resolution. This is full 3032 by 2018. Individual pixels, so you could see the stars are more pinpoint, and the one I'm referring to is in the background. And for that, I bet you now we could use that sharpening tool. That's what happens when you put the sharpness on. You're going to get a lot sharper image, but we're going to pick up a little bit of noise in the background. So again, it's a question to readjust everything with the sharpness. Now my CPU is running at, there you go, I'll show you, between 53, 57 right now, and 55, so it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all for the CPU. So a KVY so far I think is the best rebroadcasters for USB type camera. This is full resolution, 10 seconds still. I've been flapping my gums here for over an hour, and I haven't touched the exposure. I think once I went up to 20, I didn't like it. Go back to 10. You don't need to, with a good quality camera, a good quality sensor, you do not need to go long exposure. You're better off working with the gamma, contrast, your histogram. That's got to be balanced in harmony. That's how, that's the only way to get it right. And play with the gain, of course. You need to adjust the gain. So I find this is perfect. This is really, really, really nice. Now I like what I see, and it's quite impressive. Now, here's what we're going to do. Let's go, we're going to leave everything the way it is now, okay? So the contrast 16, gamma 16, the gain at 21, which is a lot higher than 8, and the histogram at 30. Ooh, that's low. That's okay. Let's see how much more sensitivity we're going to get if we go to 4x4 binning right away. Now watch this. What we're doing, 7.8 by 7.8, so you have to multiply that at 4x4. If you go bendings times 2, so you got 4 pixels at 7.8. So you are going to increase quite a lot of surface that'll pick up the light. If we go to 4x4 bending direct right away, watch this. Oh man, this is going to get ugly. 16 times. Thank you. I got mosquitoes running in my ears. They're reaching the brain. Okay, watch how ugly this thing's going to get. Watch this. Still 10 seconds, but 4x4 binning. Overexposed. Totally overexposed. Wow. So binning 4x4 has a lot of advantages. Let's stop the camera, and we're going to go to 2x2 binning instead of... I don't want to touch the adjustments. We're going to leave everything the way it is. It's obviously adjusted for the full resolution of 3032 and the 2018, I believe it is. Let's see what 2x2 binning is going to give us. See all that noise? See how ugly it is? A lot of people says, man, I'll get noise. I can't get a good image. Play with the damn thing. Just go one step at a time, stick to one target to get the feel of what is going to be happening on the screen. Let's go back to 1x1, which is 3032 by 2018. Start the camera, and so we've got a lot of gain here. 21 dB. The contrast high, the gamma is high, histogram's high. It's way too high to use those binnings. So the adjustment is perfect for, there you go, look at that. So those adjustments are excellent for the full 1x1. In other words, the full sensor, the full, each individual pixels. Lance, I haven't seen mosquitoes this year except for tonight. It figures. We're going to broadcast. We got clear nights. It's a crappy night, mind you. And now the mosquitoes saying, those astronomers are out. Let's go take a chunk out of these guys. And that's exactly what's happening. I emptied a can of Deep Woods on me earlier, and I haven't been bugged once. Great. And I got 2 fans running in here. So we're doing okay. But yes, I agree, Lance, you're going to get eaten alive. And being by the St. Lawrence Seaway, it's even worse. Good old Canadian mosquitoes. You got to come here and experience that. Okay, watch this. Now, let's go back to Yeah, you live in the swamp with the crocodile, and I live by the St. Lawrence Seaway with giant mosquitoes. Jack, we're all set. There's no problem at all. We could take it. Yes, we could take it. I really like, let's go back to what we're looking at. I really like what I'm seeing here with the full resolution. Proper adjustments. Contrast, gamma, gain, very important. And histogram, very important. Same thing applies for the Sky Raiders, folks. The Sky Raider will give you the exact same thing. You need to stick to one exposure, basically. Here's the tip. I haven't touched exposure, and we're still at 10 seconds and 10 milliseconds, so 10.1 seconds. I haven't touched that. Was that a mosquito? Nope. I'm getting paranoid. Okay, we haven't touched the exposure at all. Not yet. We're only doing adjustment, and yet we get really nice images at all binning modes. But we need to readjust everything. So here, we're going to go backwards. Let's go to 2x2 binning. This is full resolution now. I really like what I'm looking at now. That's nice. I'm very satisfied with that view here. This is live. I'm not doing imaging. If you want to do imaging, you just hit, where's the button here? Capture, and boom, it's going to go to, yeah, maybe I should do that. I got it set up. Oh man, is that ever ugly? I could hear some guys, oh, look at the noise, what's going on, what is this, what a shitty camera. Oh my God, look at, well, it's not. When you buy a Corvette, you don't drive it at 10 miles an hour, you hammer it and go. But if that curve coming up ahead, you don't slow down and handle the car properly, you will end up in the ditch. And that's exactly what's happening here. So, let's go back. 2x2 bidding, we've got too much gain, we've got too much of everything. Let's back down the histogram to about 72, give or take. Roughly, it's just a number. Wow, look what the histogram did alone. I didn't touch anything else. Let's bring it down to about 78 this time. Still 10 seconds. This is 2x2 binning, so we are more sensitive. We're using groups of 4 pixels. Okay, let's lower. I bet you right now we could probably use just the histogram, and we'll be able to get the image we need to get without touching anything else. Let's try it. We'll see how ugly it's going to get or how nice it's going to get. It's one or the other. All right, let's lower that histogram again. Let's go for 118 or 120, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Just lower it and see how it's going to be. All right, let's watch this. Okay, but now, as you notice, M3 is getting dimmer. For that, let's turn up the histogram to about 86. Now we need to bring down the contrast to about 8. Gamma, I guess we could try about 8, 7, give or take. And let's see what we're going to get. This is 2x2 binning now. Same 10-second exposure. That doesn't change. Oh, too much. Okay. What we could do is probably lower the histogram. So let's go to 60 instead of 78. Not too bad. Okay, Brian, I'm going to have both eyes the same socket. I got to get up at 3 this morning to go to work. So, but it's okay. We're going to keep going a little bit here. Have a good night, Brian. Thank you for being here, and it's very enjoyable to see you here. Thank you for being here. Okay, now I got a big spider on me. All right. There you go. Have a good night, Brian. Thank you for being here. Now what we're going to do, folks, is lower the gain. We were at 18 earlier when we went up to 21.1 for the 1x1 binning. So let's go down to about 18.8, I think we were. Yep, 882. Okay, let's see the next refresh. We don't have to wait too long, just 10 seconds every exposure. There you go. Now the noise has gone down. Okay, we're getting there. So a little bit lower gain, down to 18, which is pretty well good for all bidding option, except for the 1x1. And this is not bad. Okay, now we're gonna go stop the camera. We're gonna go down to 3x3 binning. Same 10 seconds exposure. Now again, I use globular cluster because we look at how pinpoint the stars are, how fat they are using different binning. That's going to change the actual size and the sensitivity, of course. I'm one to go for sensitivity. If you are one of those individuals that likes really nice stars, change binning, do the proper adjustment according to it, and you're going to get good results. We're 3x3 binning. Now we're gaining a lot more sensitivity from the chip. Let's bring the histogram to about 115. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. Watch this. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, let's lower the contrast, folks. Go down to about 4. Gamma should be much lower. I'd say about 7. I estimate 7 about. Let's keep the histogram like that. Okay. It's too low. And instead of turning up the gamma and the contrast, I'm gonna lower the histogram. Let's go for about 86 or so. Anywhere from 85 to 90 is fine. Whoop, too much noise. Okay, let's drop it down. Let's go to about 94. Let's wait for the next 10-second refresh. Okay, not much of a change. Let's lower it about 111.
Oops, I hope that didn't crash.
The gamma's got to be at 7. Okay, we'll work with that. Okay. Hello, check, check. Can you hear me? Okay, I just went to the microphone adjustment, I guess, and hopefully it's okay. Okay, that could be my upload. I think it's my upload. Can you still hear me, folks? Jack, can you still hear my ugly voice? Hello? Okay, so you can, okay, you can hear it, okay. Or lost audio, did I lost audio? Okay. Setting, there we go. Okay. Okay, so it's working, all right, okay, all right. Okay, let's go back to what we're doing here, and we have a 3x3 binning. Let's stop the camera. We're going to go down to 4x4, which is full sensitivity. No, Doug, I didn't do that. I didn't know you could do that. Hang on, you got to go to settings for that, I would imagine. There's no adjustments for that. Select area, desktop, settings. The only settings I got is, yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I'm down to 5 frames per second. I'll give you a graphic card when loading KVYcam. No, I didn't tell it anything. Oh well. Here, let's go to a 4x4 binning briefly, and we're going to do the adjustment we need to do. Okay, the right click doesn't work for me. Okay, the right click doesn't work, Doug, for me somehow. I think that's what it does. I think. I could be wrong. Okay, let's go back to the program here. We're down to 4x4 binning. And actually, we got a pretty nice image. A lot less noise. So we're going to lower the gamma and the contrast a bit and try to get a nice view here. Hang on, folks. Let's adjust that. So I like the 4x4 binning, and I like the 1x1 binning. Certainly shows really nice. Okay, the gamma's up a little bit. We're going to turn up the contrast a bit to about 7 and see what kind of result we're going to get. Okay. Whoop, too much noise. Okay, let's go back down a bit and lower the gamma just a tad, maybe 10 or so. It's critical to adjust. There's no question about it. It's getting there. And of course, we get to play a little bit with the histogram and try to get the better contrast, I guess. Okay, that's too bright. Let's go down a bit. So we're exposed. We're still at 10 seconds. We haven't touched that. But anyways, that's going to give you folks an idea about the NC universe. When I hear someone that says, no, that don't work. The program's too complicated. And like, yeah, read the book. This is a dual function camera. You could do imaging with it, and you could do live. Tonight we did live, and that's what it's all about on Nice Guys Network. Next time I think we'll do imaging. Mind you, let's see how easy to do an image. Hang on, we're going to try this. I'll stop the camera. We're going to go 1x1 binning. Let's go back to what we had this at earlier. We were up to 21 of gain. The histogram was way lower than that. Let's go back to 1x1. And what I'm leaving in a minute there, Lance, so you can take it over if you wish. Just give me a minute here. We're just going to do 1x1 binning, and we'll do a nice image. And I'm going to grab it to the hard drive. Okay, there we go. We're getting there, folks. Watch this. We were down to 30 about, I think. Watch that M3 come to life. This is 1x1 binning, full resolution, full chip resolution. Okay, we're getting there. I think I was down to about 18. on the gamma earlier. Whoop, too much noise. Okay, bring her down. About 16 or so. And what I'm going to do is just grab capture. I'm going to hit the button capture. We're going to... Okay, that's not bad, I guess. Here, capture. Switch at the bottom to picture. Here's your image. So what we do now, we click on it. This is preview, this is captured. Okay. Let's click on that. And I want to save it. There you go, it's done. It's that easy. So folks, that's how easy it is to operate one of those. The idea is to stick to one target or two, stick to one exposure. In this case, for me tonight, I use 10 seconds and experiment with those adjustments. They're there for that reason, to give you the best image possible. Okay, it's 10:40 or so, so I think we'll be pulling the plug. We've been broadcasting long enough. 3 o'clock comes up fast for me, and I'd like to thank everyone that's on. No crash, except we lost audio, and I think it's because of my upload, and that's about it. I'm on DSL, so it's very, very slow. Okay, so next clear night we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go over all of this again, but we'll use a colorful target, and of course we'll have to change exposures and all of that nonsense, stuff that you have to do, and take it one step at a time. Oh, I need to try something here, folks. I want to try the cross thing here for a minute. See if it works. Yes, it does. Okay, we're good. Just wanted to try the cross feature. Yep, it works. All right. Thank you again, folks, and you have a good night, everyone. On the next clear night, you never know when it is lately. Just look up, and if it's clear, I'm out, and we're going to try to do the same thing again on the next clear night, either using different camera or the same camera again. And it's a lot of fun, and it's interesting, and it's educational for everyone, including myself when things don't go right, so it's part of it. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.